By the power of the goddess Restarte, I now summon a hero to the sacred chamber. Come forth, Seiya Ryugyuin!
You are the chosen one. So transform yourself already! You know how many times I would love to have heard that as a child? So you 100% know any kind of story where a girl or a boy meets a magical cat, or finds some kind of magical jewelry, or opens this magical book from a magical library, or goes into a cave and finds magical gemstones that let him or her transform themselves in a superhero or a magical girl or a Power Ranger or whatever, maybe even a mutant, but that's a little different, right? And in my childhood, I often wished and hoped and prayed that I could be one of the chosen ones, because there have to be those superheroes, those people who just do what they want, those senshis that pursue their dream, that either save people or do whatever they want, that are just special, that don't live those 9-to-5 jobs with the hamster wheel where they do the same thing every day, day in, day out, until they die one time and look back on their life and, I don't know, maybe they earned a little money for the family they left behind, maybe they don't. They are those people, right? You know there are, because that's people we watch on TV, that's people who we look up to.
Go now and make the world a better place. The power will always be with you and will protect you.
And you know, there are two things that I'd like to share with you on that matter. The first thing is, I think we are in a parallel reality where you don't find an external object that makes you the chosen one, but you get to decide. You get to decide to be one of the chosen ones, meaning you actually choose yourself. You just decide, from today on, I am one of the chosen ones, one of those special people. Does that sound too easy for you? Do you want to make it hard? So for me, there was one moment in my life where I had a 9-to-5 job and I was employed in the beginning after university. I thought it was a great thing, you know, everybody wants a job, and I wrote one application and got this job. But even after the first year, I thought, this is it. I go to work, I earn money, I have mostly the weekends off where I spend time with my friends. I use that money to make my dreams come true, to maybe go to Japan for a holiday or to go hiking in the mountains. That all sounds great. But most of my time I'm sitting at a desk in front of a computer and doing what somebody told me to do. And if I don't stop doing that, I could do that until I retire. If there will be such a thing as retirement in the future, like this is it. And I wondered, how come that my personal Luna never came, or at least every cat that I met didn't really talk to me and didn't tell me to awaken the powers that lie dormant within me, and I didn't find any crazy jewelry that helped me transform, although I love my beautiful moonstone here. It didn't help me to transform. And I am right now. Yay! I am a senshi. I am a magical girl. I am a fairy. I am whatever I declare to be. And do you know how? By declaring that I am. By taking back my personal power, my authority, and just stating that from now on I make the decisions from the identity of a senshi. Senshi is the Japanese word for like warrior, also soldier, and it is also used in Sailor Moon as the sailor senshi, the sailor warriors. And to me it just sounds beautiful, so I call myself a senshi, Magical Marty the senshi. And I know that within you, in your childhood, probably there was some kind of superhero or some kind of person or being with supernatural powers that was chosen to fight evil, to do something big in the world. And I know nearly 100%, maybe there are some small exceptions, but you wanted to be. You didn't only want to be, you were in your mind also such a girl or a boy who is special and who just waits for the special powers to awaken, for the mission that you have in the world, for the purpose that you find in this world. And as I said before, what if we are not in that kind of universe, but in a parallel universe, in another timeline where it's not something external that you meet or find that awakens your authority, your personal power, but it is you yourself that awakens that. Okay, so now you say, I do it, I just declare I am a superhero right now. So what? Well, now you actually also have the responsibilities, the personal responsibility of a superhero or a senshi, because now you are not allowed to go into victim mentality anymore. What does that mean? So if you have a job, you cannot go there and just complain how annoying all the colleagues are, or how exhausted you are at the end of every day, how much there is to do and how you are always stressed. But now it's your responsibility to act, to change something, to finally transform yourself, transform your life to become that person. The first step is deciding that you have this identity, and the second step is acting from that identity. And that is maybe the tricky part. And that is also where in many series the main characters also struggle in the beginning, like Sailor Moon, who hated being a superhero, who hated being a senshi and fighting against evil in the moonlight with the power of love, because she was just a weak crybaby in the beginning, until she found allies, until she really stepped into her personal power and practiced being the strong heroine. And in those series there is also often the so-called monster of the day. So there is the big end boss, and if it's a daily series, every day the superheroes or the Sailor Senshis, the Power Rangers and so on fight a different enemy. Oftentimes smaller enemies that work for the big boss, but they have every day a different opportunity to practice. And I'd like to ask you, what is your monster of the day? What is a small annoyance that you endure every day, and until now you, out of convenience maybe, or out of fear, you didn't really change anything, you didn't really step into your power and said something? Is it, for example, your parents who every day write you a message, call me, call me, call me, and you tell them every time, yeah, I will on the weekend. Sorry, I'm busy right now. I'm at work. I'm studying. Sorry, I'll call you next week. Or is it maybe your neighbor who is annoyed that you are listening to music and like bumps from below against the ceiling every second day, and you just turn your music down and don't talk to them? Or, if I'm honest, those monsters of the day are kind of bigger, because talking to people, at least to me, is sometimes still scary and hard. But is your monster of the day maybe your notebook that is fully crammed with stuff, and when you are searching something, you just click through all the folders and get so annoyed, but that's what you do every day and you don't tidy anything up? Or your email inbox that has like 455 unread emails and you get slightly annoyed every day by looking at it, but you don't do anything. So you get the idea, right? The monster of the day is something that draws your power, that draws your energy a little bit every day, but until now you just endured it, you didn't do anything about it. And now something changed, right? Because you awakened your superpower. You declared that you are a senshi and you get to act. So you get to tackle your monster of the day. And even if it's just something very small, like the table that has one leg that is a little too short, so it's always wobbly and always annoying you a little bit, but you were too lazy until now to do anything about it. And now you are in the responsibility to act and to change something. Be it to repair something, to declutter, to, if you are even more courageous, to talk to people that draw your energy, or to set boundaries. It's different for everybody. Like, I have no idea how I could repair a table, but I do know how I could talk to my mother if I feel that she is asking like every day for calling me. And it was a process, because in the past I just told her, I'll call you on the weekend and so on. And now I have set my boundaries and I conquered my monster of the day. And when you do that times and times again, you step even more in your personal power, in your senshi power. And you harbor that feeling of, I can stand up for myself. I am able to set boundaries. I am able to get rid of things that annoy me. And it actually feels good, because even the littlest things every day that suck up a little bit of your energy, at the end of the day, there is nothing left. At the end of the day, you then feel exhausted, and the previous version of you then complained that, oh, I'm so tired, I have to go to bed, or I watched some Netflix series. But you don't have anything left, be it for working in dream time, using your dream time, as I said in another video, or will say, I don't know. Or for the next day, when you maybe decided to go to the gym or to meet friends. And then there is the end boss.
I feel a monster rising pressure.
For me, it was quitting my job. For years, I couldn't imagine how to do that, how that is possible. And I did. Maybe for you, the end boss is talking to your partner, or leaving a relationship, or starting a relationship, or becoming self-employed. Those huge things that sometimes when you feel good, like come into your mind, but very quickly you just say, no, you can't do anything about it. But now, as you are a senshi, And as you defeated so many monsters of the day, you can actually defeat the end boss, or take at least the first step to defeating the end boss. For example, looking up how writing a letter of resignment actually works, or looking up how expensive a flight to the monastery you wanted to stay at for a month actually is, or whatever comes to your mind. And you might wonder what the idea behind all of this senshi talk actually is. The idea is that you are special. You are the chosen one. It is only your personal responsibility to really step in that role. And in the beginning I said there are two things that I'd like to tell you. You know, the second thing is, if you want to have something external that tells you or that proves you that you are the chosen one, I'd like to take the role and tell you, you are the chosen one. Was that mysterious or dramatic enough? You are it. You are the sole person who can step into their power to achieve whatever they want in life. And in this parallel universe where we don't need to find jewelry or a talking cat or whatever, a hidden cave somewhere to awaken our powers, our responsibility is to declare that we are ready to step into that role. And you are ready right now, no excuses. And when we declare that, we then take the small steps, the monsters of the day, the filler episodes, to harbor our senshi power and to start living our magical life. Because when you really feel that you have the power to change the small things, and you feel confident enough to, after a while, maybe tackle also the big things, the end boss, this is where the magic happens in life. And no matter how many excuses you find of not doing something that you want, I'm pretty sure that there is someone in this world who actually did it. And if there is someone in this world who did it, you can too, because you too are the chosen one.